Okay, so here we are with the lovely Meridian Grace. I'm Dr. Rich Massey, and we're demonstrating how simple the photoluminescence IV is. The one that, in my experience, has helped people's health be restored no matter what kind of infectious process they had. So today we're going to have just a little saline IV. It's going to run through these ultraviolet lights. And I'm going to show you how this works. If you're sensitive to looking at blood, the last person who did this with me was in the year 2000. It was at a Christian network. You almost sat on the light bulbs. And the camera lady fainted because she didn't like the sight of blood.
Oh, really?
So, we had to start over. If you don't like the sight of blood, you're going to see it in this IV tubing, so you can look the other way and take our word for it. So what we're going to do here, we have this IV in. We are going to draw some of Meridian's blood, and it's going to go into this machine here. You may be able to see the lights come on here. We're going to do ultraviolet 1, ultraviolet 2, and the red light. And when her blood comes through here, as you may know, blood cells, hemoglobin on the blood cells grabs light. That's just what it does. And then it releases it into your body. So we're going to pull the blood out, it'll get light on it, and then we're going to put it back in her body.
So when we talk about hemoglobin, the actual structure of the molecule is a porphyrin molecule. The porphyrin molecule is actually the same molecule as chlorophyll, which is the light absorbing molecule in plants. So it's very interesting how hemoglobin and chlorophyll are the same. Now what's the difference now? Hemoglobin has iron in the middle,
center,
and chlorophyll has
magnesium
in the center. So that's the only difference between those two molecules. Exact same molecular structure, just a different molecule in the center.
So this is the old style of doing it. This is what was done for me that reversed pneumonia for me in 9 minutes. I was very impressed. This is also the technique I've used for infants. I once had a 7-month-old who was dying from chicken pox. And we did this push-pull technique and did about 20 cc's of her blood. She completely recovered. She's a beautiful teenager now. I get a postcard still.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So now this is going to go back into her body.
So we're going back through those cuvettes that we saw earlier, the triple cuvette, and we're pushing the light back through the machine, so it goes through 3 times.
And that's it. The light does all the work. There's no medication. There's nothing unnatural happening here. This is like a trip to Playa del Carmen. It's like about a month's worth of sitting on the beach at sunrise, letting all that morning sun come in for a fraction of the cost. And I am not advertising. I'm a retired guy. I'm just showing you what I do for family and friends and for myself whenever we get ill.
Now you mixed heparin in here. You want to explain what heparin is?
And I really don't have to. So, somebody at home could do this push-pull technique without any heparin. I thought we were going to do the longer technique, but you didn't want to show that part.
Yeah.
And this is better. This is showing people how they can do this at home.
So heparin is an anti-clogging, coagulant, what's the word? Is there an official medical word?
An anticoagulant, and it's a natural one. It's not like the rat poisons and other synthetics.
Yeah.
So, and we just keep doing this several times until we're done with the IV fluid, or until the person says, I feel enlightened. And once then we're done. People usually do feel different. I remember when Dave walked out the door that day, he said, I just feel like you took something off my shoulders.
Wow.
I said, okay. And then he called me 2 weeks later and said, I didn't even cough after I left your place.
No kidding.
And that's actually typical.
And he's talking about Dave, which we talked about in the first segment, who came back on a flight from Asia. And his doctor actually said, his regular doctor said that he had the virus. So we're talking about curing coronavirus, and we know a guy that had it, came from Asia, and was treated for an hour treatment on this device, and felt better right after the treatment, and didn't even cough the day after.
So this, right now, we could stop right here, and if she had COVID virus, it'd probably be all you'd need, honestly. And she'd
Okay.
completely recover. That's just my experience.
So I'm
With
gonna grab
other
the camera,
viruses,
I'm gonna
you
grab
know.
the camera and kind of come over a little closer
Mhm,
with you
sure.
as well.
So the light does all the work. You know, if you're a Bible guy, God is light. If you're a quantum physics guy or whatever, everything's made out of light. So we just let the light go in there and do what it does. So you can see how I needed 4 years of med school to be able to do this, to push and pull on a syringe. Highly technical work. Only a college graduate can do it. I'm being satirical here now. This is really simple. It's inexpensive.
Now, I can see this device here, sorry to interrupt you.
Oh,
I can
yeah,
see this
go ahead.
device has other buttons here. You want to tell us about
It does. So the other buttons, if we push those, she'll turn into Wonder Woman. No, I'm kidding. So this one is a green light.
Mhm.
So I'll just play with it a little bit. I'll turn the lights off and show you each one. So this is blue,
Okay.
which we have too much of, I think.
Mhm.
This is green,
Okay,
amber,
yep,
red, and then UVA and UVC. So UVA and UVC are the key ones for infections. We do the red also because it helps so much with energy. Amber is good for mood. Green and blue do other things as well, but for this, all you would need is those two simple ultraviolet light bulbs. You may want to show them again for people who missed the first segment.
yeah,
You can buy those at the light bulb store. Those are the same two light bulbs that are in water sterilizing machines. They'll have a number on them there if you want to look at the number. They were, years ago, they were $20 a piece. And that's all you need is a little box that has those two lights and allows the blood to go through a quartz segment of an IV tubing in between those two lights and give it back to the person. And that's it. I mean, that's all. God bless the people who discovered this. I mean, these guys were reversing sepsis. And I'll tell you another one. I had a kid with an immune deficiency
mhm,
who was in sepsis from an ingrown fingernail.
mm,
His older brother had actually died from an ingrown fingernail at Cook's Children's Hospital. Spent 5 weeks there. They cut off his hand, gave him IV antibiotics. He died. This little boy, we did one ultraviolet IV. He fully recovered.
wow, that's amazing.
That was
Yeah.
his twin brother, right?
You know, they were named, they had shared a name, but. So just so you know, putting light in there, and so why not do this first?
Yeah, why not?
You know,
I mean, it
and
makes
then if you
sense.
want to go to the hospital, go to the hospital. But a lot of times by the time you get there and wait, you'll be well enough that you just don't feel like doing anything. And I'm not trying to, you know, say anything bad about anybody. I'm grateful for my times in the hospital and all the things we were able to do in surgery and emergency rooms. Really important stuff. And for chronic conditions, this is hard to beat. Now, you can add ozone and peroxide to this as well,
Hydrogen peroxide.
but I just, you know, want to do the simple stuff today so
Okay.
everybody can
Yeah.
see how easy this
So
is.
now you guys see how easy this is. Ultraviolet blood irradiation or UV blood treatments. It's pretty amazing technology. Thanks for showing it. I'm going to
Mhm.
end this.
Yeah. Yeah. May everyone be well.